we are waiting for everybody, please, if you were at the class yesterday, please let me see your hands while we're waiting for people, because a lot of people came late and they started asking too many questions on the community group. So want to wait for as many people as possible, then we start. Then any other person that is not here will watch the replay. At least we tried. If you're here, please just raise your hand. All right, I'm going to ask a question. First of all, if you're here yesterday, please, you would introduce yourself, the name of your business, tell us your Twitter and Instagram handle, and let us know what you learned. So tell us what you learned. So who is going first, please? While we wait for every other person, you can unmute your mic. Just one person.
Hello,
Just
good
one person.
afternoon.
All right. The brilliant. I don't know if I'm getting your name correctly.
The brilliant, yes.
All right, please. All right. So please,
Yes.
can you tell us your business name, your Instagram
Okay.
handle, your Twitter handle,
Okay.
and
My
you learned yesterday?
name is Grace, and my business name is the Brilliant Assassin. I sell glasses, all kinds of glasses. And what I learned from class yesterday was photo editing. I didn't know how to use the highlights, saturation. So the class taught me how to use those features on the Snapseed app, and I was able to learn something. In fact, a lot, not just something.
All right. So when you can you give us one specific tool that you used on Snapseed, or the tools that you used on Snapseed? I'm sure you must have done the assignments. So which one
Yes,
caught your
I did.
attention the most?
The one that caught my attention the most was healing.
Okay, healing.
Yes, healing and highlight. I didn't realize we had to clear so many things from our pictures. So that feature just made me know that so many things could be changed and corrected.
All right, guys, you have heard it. Healing is a good tool that you can use for your pictures. Thank you very much. So please, you can tweet this, you can share it on Twitter, put the hashtag catalog shop, hashtag
All right.
catalog shop, and let us know what you learned. Thank you very much. All right, who is going next, please?
Yeah.
Who is going next, please? What did you learn? Let us know.
Hi guys.
All right, what's your name, please? Introduce yourself. Thank you
Okay,
very
my
much.
name is Precious from and I sell feminine product, vagina and infection product, like feminine product generally. And I've been following simbiprops for a while, so I got to know Catlog through simbiprops, and um, it was through her I knew that you could use your phone basically to do a lot. Because I, for one, believe that maybe if you have iPhone, you'll be able to do a lot with your phone. But through Simbi and yesterday's class, and yesterday's tutorial, I was able to learn a lot. That I can use my normal phone. I'm using a Samsung phone. I can use a normal phone as in as much as it's a smartphone. I'm good to go. Then my favorite feature in the Snapseed is the sharpness. No matter how blurry your picture is, with the sharpness and the structure, you are good to go. Like even a blind man can see your products. Trust me.
Thank you very much. So that's another point, sharpness. All right, thank you very much, Precious. Please tweet what you learned. Simbi is actually on the call, so she's listening to everyone. So at least we know that what you learned yesterday actually made sense. All right. So who is going next, please?
Hi guys, good
Hello.
afternoon.
Yes, who is that? Good afternoon.
This is Bemi G Palace Craft. I'm into craft, hat making, and box making. and I've actually been having difficulty with my pictures. But through yesterday's lecture, in fact, I actually learned a lot, and I've been able to even edit some pictures, and it was wow. It was wow. Thank you, Catlog, and thank you, Simi Props, for this. I really do appreciate it. The healing was the healing tools was the most interesting part, because you will have some stains on the wall, stains on the box, and you just have to clean. And I've been having a lot of issues with that. But with yesterday lecture, I'm good to go. Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you very much. Who's going next then? Simbi can
Hello,
come up.
everyone.
Yes, please.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, we can hear you.
I'm Temi. My brand name is Temi Store Collection. I sell maywears and accessories and the likes, everything new. Yesterday's class was very, 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 very helpful to me because I was looking for a way to edit my product pictures to come out better. And the feature I loved the most was the selective, that you can zoom in on a particular place you want to edit and edit that particular place and to not affect the rest. It was very, very, very useful for me for my product image. And thank you, Catlog. Thank you, simbiprops. I really, really enjoyed the class. Thank you.
Oh, that's really good. Thank you very much, Timmy. We can see your hand. We see your work, your face show, your shoe shine. Someone is going next.
Good
At least
afternoon.
this will show Cindy that we're actually listening. Ah, sorry, who is loyal? So much noise at the background.
Hello,
Who
good
is speaking,
afternoon.
please? Yes, please. You can go on quickly.
My name is Anoluwapo, and I own a footwear brand, handmade footwear, and a thriftwear brand. Actually, the class yesterday, from prior to yesterday's class, I went through a video on Simbi Pros page, and it helped in snapping some of my wares. And then the editing, all about the editing class yesterday was awesome. Like, I took some pictures I was not able to upload because they were not clear, they were not looking so presentable. But after that yesterday's class, it was so helpful and all. I really appreciate. Thank you, Catlog. Thank you, Cindy Props. God bless you.
Thank you. As you guys are giving us these accolades, please share it on your social media, please. Tag
Okay.
us to it. You can't because our head, as in right now, I'm sure Cindy's head is swelling now, and we at Catlog, we are very, very happy
Can
because
anyone hear
that's
me?
the aim. So sorry, please. If you please mute your mic. Thank you very much. So we're
Hi
really great.
everyone.
Tosin,
I
can you
want
please
to
just hold
speak.
on one
Oh, I don't know
second?
how to speak.
Just hold on, please.
Like,
One person
I
at a
don't even know
time.
if you can hear me. Safe.
Yes, we can hear you. Go on, please.
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening.
Okay, I'm Shara, Faye Shara. I own a brand, Sheraton's Hub on Instagram. So I sell ring lights, kitchen homewares, and I just opened a food blog on Instagram. I've actually been using Snapseed before, but then that class was super, super amazing because there are some options where I just keep it because I don't know what it's meant for. Especially that curves that increases the background, the lighting on your background in your picture. And that the selective too, yes, whereby you can increase the saturation of a particular point in your picture. I really, really like that part. Like, I learned a lot from the class. I really appreciate. Thank you, Catlog. Thank you, Cindy Cross. God bless.
Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you very much. That's really nice. We appreciate your comment. And we're going to the class. But before we do that, I just want to introduce myself once again. Let me turn on my video. All right. My name is Oluwatosin Fatangashi, and I lead sales and community here at Catlog. I'm sure if you're on the community, you would have seen me giving you business tips and the like. So this is my face. So you have not been talking to a ghost. I quickly want to tell us what Catlog is all about. We help you sell easily on social media. That means that if you make sales or you sell online, you can use our platform. Whether you're a fashion brand or you're a skincare brand, you can use Catlog. Why? The big question is, every now and then sellers would always ask you for multiple pictures. It is something that everyone faces. Every now and then, send me pictures, especially if you receive your orders on WhatsApp. And I'm sure a lot of Nigerians like chatting with their sellers on WhatsApp. So Catalog helps you, makes it very, very easy for you to sell to them. That means that no more back and forth, no more sending 1 million pictures. With Catalog, which you can open in 5 minutes, you put up all your products, the various options. If you have them in yellow, blue, white, whatever color it may be, put it there. Put the price. When people come to your page, they already know what is available or not. And I would have loved to share a screenshot, but I think we did that yesterday, of how the orders come. Your customers can even put their delivery details and they can chat with you easily on WhatsApp. A lot of big brands use us presently, and we want you to come on board and enjoy what other sellers are doing. Because one, you need time to market and create content online. So you don't need to be spending 2 hours chatting with a customer, or you spend 3 days going back and forth with a customer, when you can use that time to create content and ensure that you are marketing your products. And on the sales aspect, Catalog is already helping you do that. Very soon, we're coming up with invoicing, receipts, deliveries, loan, and the likes. So just stay tuned. Please follow us and make sure you're in our community group. We have so many things there for you. All right, it's time to bring up the one and only Simbi. I have been chatting with Simbi for a while, and I can tell you that she's very talented. I'm very, very picky about the people that we bring on board, and I can tell you that Simbi is extremely talented. And you can see from our yesterday class that she is detailed. She's a detailed and meticulous person. And yesterday, while I was talking with the founder, he said something: nobody gets successful by mistake, meaning that through hard work, dedication, consistency, and continuous learning, you can be very successful. You can see that she's very detailed. You won't go to her page and see just anyhow pictures. And this is a charge to each and every one of us today, that from this class, let us ensure that we practice, keep on practicing, and keep on putting out good product images. Please do not be discouraged. Please do not be discouraged. Learn and keep learning. Learn and keep learning, and implement everything that you have learned here today. So now I'm going to bring up the wonderful, the talented, the great Simbi. We really appreciate you. Simbi, you have the floor. Thank you very much. All right, Simbi. Simbi, Simbi.
Hello. Good evening, class.
Good evening.
Good
Welcome.
evening.
Good
Welcome.
evening. Welcome.
I'm so
Good
excited
evening.
to be on here again today. Wow. Yesterday was mind blowing. I realized that some people were unable to join still. I mean, and I saw your assignments. You guys are doing great work. Like with that small class that we had yesterday, in just a few hours, and you guys were able to edit that. Awesome. Awesome. Kudos. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well done. Now, today, I'll be taking in more questions because I'm sure a lot of you have questions. I'll be taking in more questions, and we're going to do one last photo editing for the sake of those that were able to join yesterday, and those that came on late, because after today's class, I'm definitely going to task you. That is going to be the last tasking that you will do so that you get to win the prizes that we have for you. Now, let's start with the questions. Please, Oluwatosin. Hello,
Simbi, I can hear you. Yes, yes, yes. I can hear
yes.
you loud
So
and clear.
how do we go about the questions?
Okay, now,
Like,
so type your questions if you have any question. Um, type your question so that everybody will not talk at the same time. Then I think Simbi will do a recap and we go from there. Please, question.
Yes, I think that's better. And the last photo that I'll be editing today is going to be a food, not really a food photo, but a food product. Yes. So please type in your questions if you do have questions so that we uh I can answer them and then we get to editing the video the photo that we have. And I tell
All
you
right.
what
So the
the
first
next
question, someone
okay.
just asked the question. Her name is Precious. Yes.
Okay.
So she said something. I'm sorry, just hold on a second. I just saw the question right now. Okay, so she was asking for an infection and vagina brand. What kind of lightning can you use? I think that was the question. There's so many comments. Okay. Okay, so said for infection and vaginal seller like me, I went to Pinterest and I didn't get any idea. So what do you suggest, Simbi, please?
Well,
Simbi, we can't hear you, please.
yes, there are so many cases where you won't find inspiration. The business is what? Vagina what? Hello?
She sells vagina
Is
items and
anyone there?
infection.
What's
Yes,
the
can you hear
question?
me? vagina items and infection items.
Well, if your packaging looks like the packaging of a skincare brand, if your packaging is that way, I would say you should look for ideas from skincare photography. Now, if your packaging is in form of pills, you could just type in on Pinterest, pills product photography or weight loss product photography. You could go through that route or you go through the skincare route. Something similar to the kind of packaging that you have or the kind of or sort of related to that is what I do. For example, there was a product that I wanted to style or shoot. It was the coconut flakes product. The packaging was, all this normal packaging, all this nylon they seal it in. But I couldn't find coconut chips styling on Pinterest. But what I went to search for instead, I searched for potato chips. So I was getting
Look for
inspiration, like so many photos of potato chips
yeah.
being shot. So I use that to style my coconut chips.
Simbi, we lost you at some point.
You didn't lose her, now you lost her.
Hello?
Okay, where did I stop? At what point? I was
Oh,
talking
you talked
about
about
trying
coconuts.
to find
You said
yes, I
coconuts.
was trying to shoot coconut flakes. I was trying to shoot coconut flakes and I couldn't find coconut flakes product styling on Pinterest. So what I did instead, I searched for potato flakes, potato chips, and I got a lot of pictures from there. So from those kinds of styling that I saw, I just incorporated it into my own coconut flakes. So search for brands or products that's sort of similar to yours in terms of packaging or usage. Yes, you'll be able to find styling for those.
Okay, I just had an idea. Since you just said something like that, you can get inspiration from skincare. Check skincare product photography. It has to do with ladies,
Yeah.
so you can just get inspiration from them. And for people that don't understand the person that asked the question, yesterday Cindy taught us that if you want to, before you take pictures of your
I'm
products, you should
just
get
when they sign Ronaldo in
inspiration.
my head, I'm just trying to imagine the influx of sign-offs that they were going to get at that time.
So she talked about getting inspiration from Pinterest and Behance before you take pictures. So if you were not around yesterday, that's why we're talking about getting inspiration from Pinterest. All right, let's go to the next question. The next question for paint sailor. This from I am Shady. Sorry if I don't get your name correctly. Shay Creative. For paint sailors, what LED light can be used for photo and video?
For what
Yes,
sellers?
Cindy. Paint. The person sells paint.
Paint. Oh. Well, you should get the LED lights. Well, please get the big size LED lights from 880 to 600. No, 660. Yeah. Those big side LED lights will help you cover up enough space, or you could get the bigger size soft boxes. But what I mean by bigger size soft boxes is all those Godox brand. You want to go that route. Those ones that are so big around, or you just get LED lights 880 or 660. Yes, but get at least two. That will surface.
Okay, so I want to remind you guys that Simbi sells all these props. She sells LED lights, she sells soft boxes, she sells ring lights. So you can please patronize her. So she has all those things that she talked about, the LED lights and the soft box. All right, the
Thank
next question for furniture brand, how can we shoot the video and picture? Okay, so I think you answer for picture because video is another whole class. Simi, please, did you get that question? For furniture brand. Simbi, can you hear me, please? Can you hear me, please? Can anyone hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, yeah.
All
Yes.
right. All right. Okay. That means Simbi can't hear me or our network is bad. Simbi, please, we can't hear you. Hi, Simbi, we can't hear you, please. Let's just give us some minutes. Simbi, please, we can't hear you. The network, maybe your network. All right, let me answer Namji's question. What app was used yesterday? We used Snapseed for editing. Snapseed. We used Snapseed. So please download Snapseed. We use Snapseed for editing. And she's going to be teaching us how to edit a picture today. So you don't have any problem. All right. So Simbi is trying to come back to the class. I'm sure it's a network. If you check the link that we sent to you, it has it there. Adebanke said your task was not corrected. Please don't worry. Simbi is going to be with us on the WhatsApp community for 1 week. So she's going to correct, she's going to give you advice and things like that. So please, if you're not on the WhatsApp community, please join the WhatsApp community now. And don't run away after the class. We do a lot of business tips and we do a lot of events like this that will benefit your business. All right, another person asked the question. I mentioned Cindy taught us yesterday that you can get inspiration from Pinterest and Behance.
Hello, Tosin. Hello, everybody. I'm back.
Yes, we
Sorry.
can hear you. No problem. We understand the network.
Yes. So where did I stop? The paint business. Yes, you get LED
Yes,
light.
please, paint. We can hear you loud and
Okay.
clear. We can hear you.
All right. Next question.
Okay, you're done with the paint for the paint, right?
Yes, he asked what lights is needed. What other question did he ask?
Yeah, that was the question the person asked. The next
Okay.
person is Fumilola. She said, I am a natural hairstylist and I also produce crochet braid extensions like braids, kinky, spring twist, and the likes. My question is, I have 18 inches ring light. Is it okay for taking pictures of these extensions?
Well, yes, but it's always good to complement it with another source of light. Probably a smaller size LED light, 600. But yes, 18-inch, yes, is a good start. Yes, it's good. But at some point you may want to add more lights or you may want more lights and the smaller LED lights would work for you. LED 600, yes.
All right. The next question, Sandra. Is it compulsory I use artificial lightning for my back pictures? Then second question, if I don't have artificial lightning for now, can I use natural light?
Please, it is not compulsory. Whatever light that is available to you, please use it. Now, the main reason why people use artificial lights is number one, some people don't get the time to take pictures in the daytime. Maybe those that work 9 to 5, they're not, available in the daytime. When they get back from work, they will have to use artificial light. And another reason is, natural light is very timed. Like it is very, very timed. You have to, if it's not there, it's not there. So when night comes, you can't use natural light. You have to wait till the next day. So with artificial light, whatever time of the day it is, you can always use it. So there are so many reasons why people use artificial lights over natural light. But please, if natural light is what you've got, please use it. It still gives very great results. It's beautiful to use, regardless.
All right, this is from Tosin. Please, I'm having a challenge with the healing tool when editing a small part. And secondly, how to select a particular area using selective tool.
With healing, you have to like really zoom into the point that you want to heal, and you have to cover up that region entirely for it to work. So maybe you have to like probably send me screenshots or view of what you're trying to heal and it's not working. Then I may have solutions for you. I'm sorry, I missed the second question. What was the second question? Selective. I don't quite get the question for selective. I mean, like with selective, you just have to tap on the area that you need to fix and then leave that blue button on that area that you've tapped on. Go somewhere else on the photo to look at, to scroll up and down so that you can see the rest of the features under the selective. That
Okay,
is how
then
selective works.
the next person is Damilola. Please, can you use natural light for locust beans or food products? She said she
Yes,
meant food products
yes.
packed in a container.
Well, yes, you can, but I must warn you, flies will just be of a major problem. Flies will really disturb you. But yes, you can. Maybe like there's a place I went to teach a client. She uses natural light, but what she did, but she does it in her balcony. But she created a huge net. She set up a huge net in her balcony, covered it up with a huge net. So she's able to take pictures there with natural light and flies don't get in. So you could do that, maybe barricade your balcony with net and do that. But if you're trying to use natural light without anything, flies will disturb you, but it's still possible.
All right, this question is for you. How much is LED light 880 and 660? Would you want the person to send you a DM or
Yes, please. Send me a
okay? So,
DM.
so please send Simbi a DM. Then someone is asking, what props can I use for jewelry? Also, I still don't know how to use Snapseed for editing.
Well, if you need props recommendation, please send us a DM. We'll be able to help you out with that. Send us a DM at simbi_props if you need props recommendation. Sorry, what was the second question?
It was just props, and the person said she doesn't know how to edit with Snapseed yet.
Okay, we're going to do a demonstration like at the end of the class, so you get a clue, like you get a clue on how to use Snapseed. It's quite easy if you understand the features, so don't worry. Just hang in there, stay around, so you
All right,
see how
then
it.
the next person is Damisi. Please, if I don't call your name correctly, please, I'm sorry. Please, what lights can be used for perfume oil and body spray brand?
What is well, you could use softbox, you could use LED light, you could use studio box. Those lights are good. Depends on which one is within your budget, but those lights are good. But like I said, I've always advised start with two light sources. Always have two light sources. It's really good. It will help you. It will save you a lot of time and stress when you're editing, and it will give you the result you've always desired.
Okay, this is from Ade Gunloye. When snapping a cloth or dress, what position is correct to stand and snap, front or side?
Well, I always stay on the side so that you watched my what's it called, the natural light BTS, right? It was easier for me to stand on the side so that I could place my phone, on a landscape to take picture. If I stood in front, the backdrop is longer. When I stay in front, I won't be able to capture the entire size of the outfit. So staying on the side is easier, but any other one, front side, it works if you're a tall person. But staying on the side is easier to capture. If you watch my natural light, you see how I easily positioned my phone and I took the picture because I was able to capture the entire dress size. If I had stayed in the front, the backdrop is longer. I would have just been stretching so much to capture
All
the
right.
side.
The next question is from Olubola. For cake photography, which light is best?
LED light is fine. LED lights.
All right. The next question. Adebankem, I was unable to change color when I wrote the text during editing.
Hmm. There's the option there. The option is always there. Maybe you could send me a screenshot of what you're seeing. The option to change color is always there.
Okay. I think we're almost done. I think
Okay.
you're taking this question. What kind of lights would be appropriate for a footwear brand?
LED lights, soft boxes, they're fine. You see, while LED lights, soft boxes are just good. I mean, you can use them for photography. You can also use them for videography. LED lights and soft boxes, those are like really two amazing kinds of lights for product photography.
All right. Someone asked this. That's Damlola. What's the most advisable background for a clothes photograph and advisable light to use while taking the pictures? So she's asking for the type of background to use and the type of light too.
Well, for clothing brands, I mean, like there's lots of backgrounds out there. It's either the wood type of background, the wood PVC background. There's normal plain colored PVC. There's lots of background. It's just that you have to. There's even the normal carpet rug. You could use that. You just have to look out for those that are big in size because that are over 100 centimeter going to 200 centimeters. Yes, because the wider, the bigger, the better for you. So you don't have to stress to capture your outfits. Talking about light, it still remains the same. You either get soft boxes or LED lights. Now, ring lights can come in to this because it's clothing. I mean, there's nothing reflective on the clothing, so you could use ring lights too. It's fine.
All right. So Tosin asked the question. He said that what kind of light should you use for a big factory?
A big factory. I don't understand.
All right. So it means taking a picture in a big factory, in a big
Well,
space like a factory. He
many
said, okay,
times.
shooting a video.
Well, it's always best to consult, like with me. Maybe probably make a video of your factory or the space you intend to use and all that. It give me more, it give me, I
More
mean,
insights.
yes, more insight on what to recommend. So I don't just recommend blindly. So I need to know what space it is you intend to use in your factory, how it looks like, what the colors around are, and I'll be able to recommend.
But then I
Okay,
don't
now so
produce
someone
them.
is sorry,
Those
please,
like to go
please
visa.
mute your
I
mic.
just
Please
pack
mute your mic. Um, this lady Anora asked, please, I sell jewelry and undies. Though I already have 10-inch ring lights, which lights can I add to it? Budget of 25 to 30K.
Please just go and get a LED light. Get 880, 800, sorry. Take that one. So that, I mean, like it's brighter, it's bigger. You'll be able to, your 10-inch ring light will be able to complement one way or the other.
Then someone asked, in terms of props, can one mix a pattern backdrop and a plain backdrop?
Yes, please, in product styling, please, there is no limit to creativity. As long as it comes out beautiful and it doesn't overshadow your product and your product is still in focus, please feel free to experiment. Use different kinds of stuff. Don't follow the crowd. Don't follow the bandwagon. If everybody's using red and pink, if everybody's using plain together, that doesn't mean there's no other way to shoot the product. So please feel free to experiment. Yes, the way you said it, pattern backdrop plain, try it out. Use it and see how it comes out.
All right, someone asked, please, what color backdrop is good for a white mannequin?
Blue, pink, blue and pink. Yes, blue and pink are nice. if you don't want to go black. Blue, pink, and gray. Yeah.
Okay, now I want to ask questions that I am sure that people didn't ask. Let's say you have a room where you take your pictures and you have bulbs like white lights, like the room is really bright. Do you
Yeah.
still need to add ring lights, softbox, and the lights? Or if the room is bright enough and it's shining on the product?
Well, if the room is bright enough, you don't need lights. You don't need extra lights. If the room is bright enough, it's good. You've shot a video in that room and it's good. You're good. You're good with the lighting. Then it's fine. Now, if in the case where there's lights in the entire room, you're trying to shoot and there's some sort of darkness around, you would need to add probably one more light to or to complement. But once you've shot in the room and it's good enough, you don't need light. I mean, those lights should be able to work for you. But if you want to add, if you see that there's still shadows going on around, then you definitely need some lights. You probably
Okay,
start with the blue lights.
all right, thank you very much. Another question I want to ask, I'm sure people haven't thought about this. What about your brand colors? If you have, let's say your brand color is purple,
Okay.
how do you balance it with product styling since you can use different props? So how do you balance making use of your brand colors with product styling?
Well, I always advise that you go with colors that complement your brand colors or colors that are of a different that have the same color as your brand color but a different shade. Or you look out for props that have neutral colors, white, black, nude. Those, those you need to just look out for. Else, you just be going off brand color and you just be styling. Except you're a kiddies brand. Except you're someone that sells stuff for kiddies and your page has to be playful. If you want to go that way, yeah, but be in line, like, and again, like I said, I mentioned the complementary colors. I mean, we've all learned what complementary colors are in school. So you could find complementary colors that complement your purple brand. Those ones too can work.
All right, another question. Now, if you're styling, if let's say your product is ABC lotion, and you have styled it and you have taken a very good picture and you put it up on your page. So now, how do you make sure that you're not doing the same thing? Because if it's the same thing you're doing, it just looks the same. Your page will just look the same. So are there ways you can do different things but achieve the same results? I just want to put that because I'm sure you can't just have the same picture on your page. So what do you
Well,
suggest for sellers?
the the ways to do different things is to have, I mean, like a collection of different props, number one, different backgrounds, number two, and of course, there are different kinds of photography. There's flat lay photography, there's portrait, there's lifestyle photography. So, if you just have a mix of all that, you're definitely not going to be doing the same thing.
All right. Last but not the least, what are the alternatives to the normal backdrops? Someone is saying, can the person use cardboard?
Well, there are lots of things you can use as backdrops. A lot of things, even things we find in our homes. There's a client of mine, she shot some products on her dining table. I thought they were actually backdrops. I mean, the dining table was a fine wood. And I was like, where did you get this backdrop? And she said it's a dining table. So there are lots of surfaces around us in our homes to start with that we can use as backdrops, but we have just not realized it. Maybe we need to look closer. Number one, yes, paper, cardboard. There are also types of backdrop. Fabrics. There are fabrics that will look really good as backdrops, plain or fabrics with different patterns. It depends on what you're actually looking out for. Um, even stones, stones that are in our compound are really nice backdrops to use. There's a prop that I sell. It's called a paper fan. It's made of paper. So the only thing they did was just to fold it in a way that it has lines on the body. So there are lots of stuff you can actually use as a backdrop than the normal ones that we sell, which is the PVC and all that. You can use normal wood if you put together wood. You can use that. There's just a lot. You just have to look around and see. Like I said, there's no limit to how creative you can be with product photography. If you can think it, then it's possible. Just do it.
All right, thank you very much for answering all our questions. Like I said, Cindy is going to be with us on the WhatsApp group for a week. She'll be answering questions, helping you with your assignments, giving corrections and the likes. So we look forward to having you in our WhatsApp community. Please join if you haven't submitted your assignments after this class, please submit. And even the ones that we're going to give today, please submit them, because what practice makes perfect. Don't be discouraged. You might not get it the first time, you might not get it the third time, you might not get it the fifth time, but keep practicing, keep learning. Simbi, you can go on with the class. You have the floor. Thank you.
Hi. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen right now so that you see the photo that I want to edit, and then we're going to use the Snapseed app. Snapseed app is free both on Android and iOS. It's very free to use and it's easy to use. All right. So we're gonna go to Snapseed. This is Snapseed. When you open the Snapseed app, this is what you're going to see at first. So you need to tap on the plus sign to take you to where your photos are. So I'm going to go search for the photos that I would like to edit. This photo wasn't shot by me. It was shot by one of my students in the simbiprops Academy. We also have a special group for all of my students to share their works, their progress, and also help each other. So this is the photo we are going to be editing. Now, like I said, the first thing you need to decide when you're editing is what you want to fix in the photo. Don't just edit blindly, like, let me just edit this one. You have to be very specific. Now, looking at this photo now, I could see a lot of, like, it's just dull here, and I don't know what's going on around here. I would like to fix that and probably make this product pop more a bit and make the product on the spoon be more obvious because it's quite dull looking, and generally make the picture sharper, as we've always wanted in product pictures. So the first thing I would do, and of course I would also want to crop this, because the effect of an up close product picture is greater than the one with when the product is far from the camera. So up close product shots quite get more engagement, because the viewer on Instagram, whatever it is that they are scrolling looking at your photo, can see your photo well, like your photo is almost up at their face. So those are the things that I'm going to do. Now if you look down below here, it's called, these ones are filters. They are really not designed for product pictures, so please don't go near them. What you should go to is tools. Tools down here. You see these tools? You click on it. Then all these features will come out. So I'm just going to talk about the important ones, the ones that you need to know as a beginner. And they are also sufficient enough, except you want to go pro or step up your editing game. So if you click on tune image, which is the first one at the left, we're going to start with that before we move on to the next and the next. Now, I click on tune image. It takes me into the tune image feature. Now, if I scroll up and down, I'm seeing a lot of features to use under tune image. So as I'm changing from brightness to contrast to saturation, if you look at the top of my screen here, you would see that it is also changing at the top here. It is also changing at the top. So watch it as I'm changing from brightness to contrast. You can see at the top, it also changes contrast. Saturation at the top changes. Ambience at the top changes. Highlight at the top changes. So let's start with the first one, brightness. We all know what brightness means. Brightness is what? To increase the brightness of the photo or to decrease the brightness of the photo. Because we are giving two options on under every feature. You either increase that feature to the photo that you have or decrease that feature to the photo that you have. To increase brightness, I'll just have to drag my finger. I'll slide to the right. You can see the blue bar is showing, and there's a level to it. So you can take it up to 10, 15, 20, or whatever. Now, I have set from experience from doing so many edit work, I have set my limit to 20 because I've realized that when you put too much of everything, at the end of the day, you have an overly edited photo. So what I did is to just set a threshold for myself. Now, no matter what it is, I'm going to be I would not exceed level 20 because there's still a lot more for me to add to this photo. Yes, I'm going to leave it at 20 because I like how bright it's looking now. Then I move on to contrast. Contrast, what contrast means is darker shade colors becomes of a darker shade, while brighter shade colors become of a brighter shade. So they both happen simultaneously at the same time as you increase contrast. So I'm going to drag it to 20. You can see that the darker colors, darker areas become darker, and the brighter areas becomes brighter, most especially the white colors. Now, I don't like what I'm seeing under contrast as I'm increasing contrast. I'll try to take it to the negative to try to see if there's a difference with the negative. There is no difference. So I would like to leave my contrast to 0. Now, are you are doing the edit work, it is very important for you to be very observant as you add certain edits. If something is not working for you, don't add it. If you are adding it and it's not making any much of an improvement to your photo, don't add it. If you are adding it and it's just making your photo worse, don't add it. Just skip it and move on to the next one, saturation. Saturation means colors become intensified. Orange becomes more orange, red becomes more red, white becomes white. Now all the colors becomes more colorful. So if I drag it, you can see what is going on here, right? The colors are now a little intense, which is really good. But I'm going to leave mine at 13 because I've noticed in class when I gave you guys assignment to do, you were all increasing saturation like Ofedaku. Saturation was just so much, pink was so too pink and all that. Everything you do has to be on the minimal level. You have to try to edit in such a way that it doesn't look extremely different from how the product looks like in real life. So I leave my saturation to 13. Then I scroll up again to ambience. Now, ambience is always not necessary because ambience is a combination of contrast and saturation. Ambience means I am increasing contrast and saturation at the same time. I like to be in control of what I'm doing. So if I have decided not to add contrast and I've increased my saturation to the level that I've wanted or I want, why should I now use ambience again? It's just going to destroy everything that I've decided to put. I'm leaving my contrast as that. If I increase ambience, it means I'm trying to add contrast again and saturation, which doesn't make sense. So I move on to the next one, which is highlight. Highlight specifically works with white colors. White colors. Once you increase your highlights, your white colors becomes whiter. Let's do it now. The white colors, whiteness, you see the cards, the edges of the card, the white on the biscuit is becoming whiter. The white on the label is becoming whiter a bit. But I've taken it to 40. I'll just bring it back to my 20. Now, 20 is my threshold. Your threshold can be 30, your threshold can be 25, but I've decided my threshold is 20. I leave it at that because there's still a lot more edits that I'm going to add. It's not just tune image. Now, moving on to the next one, shadows, which is a very beautiful and useful tool. What shadows does is to lighten up darker corners, darker areas. There's a lot of darkness, or not darkness like per se, but there's a lot of dullness going on in this photo, most especially in between the products on the right hand side here. There's a lot of darkness. It's just sort of dark, it's not popping. So shadows helps us lighten it up a bit. So if I draw my shadow, you're going to see that it is lightened up a bit. Let me even draw it to the end. Can you see it's lightened than how it was? See, those areas are getting lightened up than how it was now. So I'm going to take it to 20 because that's my threshold. Now, warmth is a no-go area. Warmth is something that adds yellow tint to your photo. You see, it just makes your photo yellowish. So you stay out of warmth. Stay out of warmth. Don't use warmth at all, please. Then that is all for all the features on that tune image. So what am I going to do? I'm going to tap on the check mark here, and that is done. To view your progress, whose mic is on? To view your progress, press on the photo. You get to see your before, how the photo was originally before you started editing and gotten to the point where you are, and now there's a little difference and it's getting better. Then I move on to the next one, tools, details. Details is the next one. What does detail do? Details has two features, structure and sharpen. Structure brings out details. If you are selling food, gari, beans, rice, and you want to capture the details of your rice, you want to bring out the details of your rice or your gari, when you're editing, structure will really help you bring out all those grainy feel. If you're selling hair, you increase structure, it's really going to bring out all those strands of hair. What else? You're selling handbag. There are some handbags that have rough patterns, rough feel on the body. If you increase your structure, it's going to bring out details. In this case, I really don't see any details I would like to bring up, but it's still necessary to add. So I'm just going to add a little. Now, if your photo doesn't have any detailing, and you go ahead and increase the structure so much, your structure will be looking like this. So every little roughness is coming out. So that is what I've noticed with some of your edits. You just drag your structure way high when you don't have detailing in your photo. Everything is calm and soft here. You can see the background is looking rough. All the roughness is coming out. So I'm just gonna take it back to my threshold or somewhere. The threshold is fine or less. Sharpening is an important one too. You must always add it because it sharpens your photo. So I'm going to drag it to my threshold, which is 20. Our photo is coming out gradually, right? So I'm going to tap on the check mark. I press down on the photo. This is it before, and this is it now. We are heading somewhere. Tools. We move to curves. These curves. What does curve do? Curve adds light to your photo. It adds more light. It works like brightness, but on a different level. So you can see this diagonal line and then little graphs on my screen here. These graphs with these tall spikes here and there. These spikes are telling me that these are the regions that need little light. So I'm just going to point on this first spike, then this second spike, and then this third spike. So I would drag it one after the other because that is where I'm increasing brightness. Can you see that? There's now a little more light added to these photos, most especially on the areas that I say were dark cornered. So, not really raise this one. Let me raise it. Okay. So now, when you're working with curves, please don't raise your line so high. I'm coming. Yes, I'll be with him. Yeah, sorry, excuse me. I have to attend to some things. So don't raise your curves so high. Just little, please, because curves can be crazy. Curves is just a lot of light to work with. So raise your curve a little. You can see how little I've raised it, and that's just okay. So I'm just going to tap on the check mark, and this is it before. This is it after. We're not done. We go to tools now, and then we go to crop. White balance is more of an advanced or a more professional approach to your photo, and there's a lot of explanation to it. Now you don't really need that right now because it's in a very rare case you use it. But you move on to crop. Now Instagram has two sizes. It has square and then it has 5x4. Always go for 5x4, please. Square is no more a photo size that draws engagement on Instagram. 5x4. If you notice, whatever thing I post on my page, only a very few are of square size. The rest are 5x4. I actually tried an experiment. Over a week, I was posting square size photos and 4x5 photos, and I realized that the 4x5 ones actually draw more likes than the square size because they are bigger size photos, they are longer size photos, and they fill up the screen when the user is scrolling on Instagram. So always go with the 5x4 size. So I'm just going to crop a little to this. I like it this way so that I get a closer feel of what's going on. And then I tap on the check mark, which is nice. Tools again. We move on to the next one. Rotate. Well, rotate only works if your product is slanty. You can see down here it says auto adjusted. If your product is slanty, you can use your hand to unslant it or make it look straighter. So I feel like this is just okay. So let me just tap on it. So rotate just helps you fix the straightness of your product. Now, we click on tools and then we go to selective here. This one. The meaning of selective is it helps you be selective on the parts that you want to fix or you want to edit. You know, all of the things we've been editing, tune image, details, curves, what other edits do we have? Rotate. Everything we did under those features was affecting the entire photo. But imagine in a case where you know that this my product label is not sharp as I want it. If I go to details under sharpening, it will sharpen the entire photo, but that's not what I want. I want only the labels to be sharp, the labels to be whiter. I don't want any other thing to be affected. That is when you go to selective. Now that we're inside selective, I'm just going to tap on the part I want to fix. You see this one here? You can see this blue button. I've tapped on this part. I want to fix this. I feel it's not bright enough. I feel it's not sharp enough. And I feel it's not popping the way I want it to pop. I'm going to fix that jar and I'll fix the second jar as well. So now that I've put a blue button on the first jar, so I'm going to leave it there and scroll up and down somewhere else. I'm not going to touch that blue button. I'll scroll up and down. So I'm seeing different features. I'm seeing brightness, I'm seeing contrast, I'm seeing saturation, I'm seeing structure. Good. So brightness, let's start with that. If I drag it to the right,
You can see it's getting brighter, right? But I'm just adding a little. I've even passed my threshold, 20. I scroll up to contrast. If I increase it, the darker colors becomes darker, brighter colors become brighter. It's not working for me. If I decrease it, is it working for me? Yes, I think it's working. But let me just leave it to small. Saturation, if I increase it, the colors are popping, isn't it? Structure brings out details. So it's just like sharpen. It sharpens the label for me so that the details are off. Now with structure, sometimes, so most of the times I take it to 100 because I would want to see more of the details, or I just leave it to level. It is under structure, under selective that I don't stick to my threshold. When it comes to structure in selective, I take it all the way if it doesn't work. That's the only feature that I take all the way. And now that I'm done with this jar, I click on this plus sign down here. I take it to the second jar. Plus sign, second jar. This is another blue button. So I'm going to drag up again. I'll increase brightness, contrast, saturation, just a bit, and structure. Then I tap on the check mark. This is it before, this is it after. So if you can use selective multiple times to select different area. Look at the spoon now. I tap on the spoon now. I can increase the brightness of the pudding or the jam on the spoon. I can go to contrast. I don't want it to be too orange. I can, increase saturation a bit, structure, bring out the details on the spoon. And then if there's any other place we need to fix, probably the cover of the jar that's under the spoon. I could see some stains there, but it's black colored. I can actually hide these stains. If I tap on the plus sign, I tap on the cover, I go down to saturation and I bring it down a bit, take it to negative, go to structure, take it to negative. So taking structure to negative means that I'm not bringing out details of the subject. I'm taking away details. I'm making it smooth. I'm not making it more rough. I'm making it smooth. That is if you take structure to negative. So I go to brightness. I reduce the brightness as well a bit. So I have really hid a little of the stains on the cover. You can see that there's a huge difference here. Now, moving after selective, we go to healing. What healing does is to remove stains, to remove dots, to remove certain things that you need to remove. First of all, you see this area. I want to remove it. Like, why is this part bright? What's going on there? I can remove it with healing. But to use healing, you have to zoom in. So if I zoom in on this like this, I just use my hand to brush over the part that I need to cover entirely. And you see it is out. Here. And you take it down. Yes. Yes, it's fine. Excuse me. So I've covered up that part. I've covered up that part using healing. And I tap on the check mark. Please, excuse me, I'm coming. Give me 5 minutes. Now here now. To be your best Okay, so what I did was just to smudge my fingers around the healing feature, and it worked. For the cover, I had to zoom in and then use my fingers to close up on places that I want to heal, to remove spots, to remove, some regions. And that's it. There's really no any other area that I would like to work in, because this photo is actually clean. Like, it's clean. There's no much dirt. There's no much ceremony happening. So I just tap on the check mark and then we're done. Now, after healing, we have we have oh after healing, text is actually the last one. So if I click on text, you're going to see that there are different font designs under text, under this part, and there's an option to change color, which is here. There's also an option to make it to reduce the transparency. If I want to reduce the transparency, I could use this one, and if I want to change the font type, I could use this one. So I'll just use my finger to drag it over to this part. I like this one. And to write what you want to write, you have to double tap, and then I write Simbi edits, and I tap OK. So this is it. If it's too big, you can use your fingers to pinch on it to reduce the size. And then we have that, and tap on the check mark. So this is our before, this is our after. You can see that there's a lot of stuff going on. Now, to me, the sharpness is not good enough. And secondly, I feel like the backdrop is rough looking. So to fix this, because I'm being very specific to what I want to edit, the backdrop, I'll click on Tools, Selective. I select the backdrop and I go to Structure. But in this case, I'm going to take Structure to negative. Taking it to negative means I'm not bringing out details. I want to smoothing out details. So I'm smoothing it out. I can do that for another area. Go to structure and smoothing it out. So I'm trying to smoothing out stuff. Now, this feature under selective, taking structure to negative, is good. Maybe when you have clothing that is slightly rumpled and you want to straighten it out, you can do that. What else? I need to fix the sharpness, so I'll go to tools, go to details, and go to sharpen. I drag it to my threshold, which is 20, just to work on the sharpness. And this is what I have come down to. This is the shot before. Imagine posting this on Instagram, and then imagine posting this on Instagram. This is much better, much better. And I love the styling. I love that it's telling a story. Like, I love how the content is out of the jar. You could actually really see the content on the spoon. It's not just the product in the packaging, and which is really cool. You can see some brightness here too. I can take it out using healing again and just close on that area, and it works. So that is that for the editing. So is everybody still with me, please?
We can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, now to save this picture, just click on export and click on save. It's going to save in a folder titled Snapseed in your gallery. So does anyone have questions? This is it.
Can we all put our questions in the comment section?
This is my class.
Master.
Someone was saying something.
Yes.
Please, you can speak. I think Michi. Michi, you can speak, please.
Hello, good evening.
All right.
Hello.
We can hear you. Cindy, can you hear her, please?
Yes,
Okay,
I
please.
can.
I just want to find out that how do we exit Snapseed after saving? I was trying to look for that to
You
exit
just
the app.
you just close the app. Oh, you see my screen right now, right?
Sorry.
You can see my screen, right?
Yes, I can.
So this is an Android device. So I could just use this back button and I'm out. Or you just close this and that is it. That's the only those are the ways to exit the app.
All right. Any other person with a question, please?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm still on. I just wanted to find out. I didn't quite get the slide on healing, because I tried to use it and it just created a whole mess trying to heal my.
That is because did you zoom in?
Then how do we zoom in?
You just pinch in with your fingers on the screen, pinch in. Like the normal
Okay.
way we zoom in on photos, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Who has another question, please? Who has another question? Okay, Simbi. We're going to do something, right? Quickly.
Sorry, please. How do I add?
Yeah, who is speaking, please?
Hi. Sorry, please. How do I add a logo? Like, if I'm exhibiting my product to Instagram and I want to
We
add a
can't hear you,
logo, how do I
please.
add the logo?
Didn't hear you, please. What did you say?
Hello, how do I?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Simbi can hear you. I can hear you.
I'm actually
Yeah.
working on trying the healing
Or
too. I'm
here.
trying to
I'm
change
sorry if I did
this.
not call your name properly. Please, can you just mute your mic? Let Michi talk. Michi, you can speak, please. Michi, you can speak, please. Michi, you can
Please,
speak,
I
please.
wanted to ask, like, how do we add logos in case you want to use a logo on the product? How do you put a logo there?
All right, Simbi. How can she put logo, please?
There is only one way, and adding your logo at the end of the day, your logo is going to look lightened up. So there's no direct way to add a logo to your photo in Snapseed, except you want to lighten up the logo. Like when you add your logo on Snapseed, it's going to be lightened up. It's not going to be the full logo color. So there's no way to do that. You have to use another app to add logo to your photo on Snapseed. Other apps you can use is Photo Grid. You can use Photo Grid.
Hi, Uju, your mic is on, please. Uju, please, your mic is on.
Oh my God.
I also have a question.
You can go on, please.
Okay, so I'm trying to use the healing tool on a picture to change the picture to the
Kayode,
soft.
Kayode.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I wanted to call your name. I called another person.
Okay, so I said I'm trying to use the healing tool now to heal a picture. The picture is black, so I'm trying to change it like the knee, a knee of a person to heal that place, and it's not really working out. It's still black.
Someone's someone's heel. I don't quite
Like
get what.
some okay, I'm editing a picture using the Snapseed, so I'm working using the healing tool. So I try healing my customer's knee because it's dark. to like brighten it up?
Healing takes out spots to remove how will I is to remove unwanted areas, but you're trying to correct the color of a customer's need.
Yes.
So you would have to go with selective, please.
With
Select you
what?
selective.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, you selective. Work on the
Okay.
brightness, work on the contrast, work on the saturation around that area. Yes.
Okay.
Someone asked a question. How can I remove a black spot?
On face.
I really don't know. The person didn't specify, but the person just asked, how can I remove a black spot?
I made a video, a Reels video on my page on how to remove spots, pimples, and all that on the face. It would be nice if you watch it. It's very, very educative.
Okay, someone is asking, how do I smoothen a rumpled cloth on Snapseed?
Well, please, as long as if the cloth is too rumpled, it will not work. I also made a video on how to smoothen rumpled clothes on my page. If you look at my reels, you'll find it. Well, as if your cloth is slightly rumpled, you use selective. Go to structure and take your structure to negative. You draw a negative, the area will be smoothened.
Okay, before I ask the next question, I want to answer someone's question before Cindy came back up. The person was asking about the catalog link and how it will integrate with Instagram. So we just wanted to show you how the order comes up on your WhatsApp. Then we'll go to the next question.
Yeah, hi everyone. Can you hear me? Can anyone
Yes, we
hear
can
me?
hear you.
All right, great. So to answer your question quickly, basically when you create a catalog store, you have a link, right? Your link looks something like this. I don't know if you can see what I'm highlighting. And you can always take this link and put it on your Instagram or Twitter bio or even on your WhatsApp. And when customers visit this link, this is what they see. They see your store, right, with all your items that you've added. And like we said, if you have different options for some of your products, you can also still add them. So if a customer wants to buy from you, all they have to do is select what they want. So I'm going to select this bag, and then the next thing would be to fill in their delivery details. So their name, phone number, email, and delivery address, and then they click on place order, and then at the end of the day you click on send order, and you can even add many multiple phone numbers if you want them to send their orders to different phone numbers. So if I send to this now, sorry, just a minute, I did something wrong there. Quickly, let me fix this. So if I send to this, it basically sends you as the seller. Basically, the seller starts a conversation with you. The buyer starts a conversation with you on WhatsApp, like just with this. So now you don't have to ask them for their delivery details. They don't have to like ask what you have. And even if they ask what you have, like the link will easily show them, and you guys can even talk normally and like finish up the conversation. Um, so yeah, that's basically how it is. I'll do a demo later on how to create your store if we have some more time. But yeah, that's basically how you get orders on from catalog. Thank you.
Sorry, someone is saying if my WhatsApp is not the business type, you can still use catalog.
Yeah, you can still use
It
it.
you can still use catalog. It would come as a message. It will come as a message, and you can continue the conversation from there. In like 1 or 2 months, you'll be able to receive payments. You'll be able to do deliveries all on your catalog store. All right, Simbi, let's go on with our questions. I think we have answered that person's question.
Okay. What's the next question?
Okay, someone asked them a question when you were off, right? She talked about ponytail, that how should she take pictures of her ponytail?
you ponytail like those stuff you had add to hair, right? Like attachments, like all those, right?
Yeah, like yes.
But you could do a flat lay. Like I said, when you're confused on all these things, just try to draw inspiration from other brands or Pinterest or Behance. Now, other brands, like I'm sure you know other people that are into this business that you're doing, locally, internationally. How do they take pictures of what they are selling? I mean, you guys are selling the same products. Look at their pages, go to their website. It doesn't have to be someone in Nigeria, it can be someone in another country. Someone, it doesn't matter. Just study them and see how they style or take pictures of their products, and you can get ideas from there. And in fact, add one or two of your own creative ideas, and you create your own signature looks. So that's the way I go about taking shots of anything that I want to take shots of, because that's actually the way to go. Every photographer will tell you this. You have to do research to find inspiration.
All right. So Cindy, can we get our assignment, please?
Okay. Now the assignment is to be submitted this Sunday. So we are hoping that you use the weekend to get it done. So the assignment is every one of you go back to your drawing board, research on how to style your products. Pick one of your products, one or two of the products that you sell. Maybe your top selling products, I don't know, something that you're looking to introduce to the market, maybe something new. Research on how to style it. Style it using natural light or artificial light, whichever one is available to you. Then edit it and send it to the WhatsApp group as document. You send the before edited and the edited version. Now, while you're styling and you're taking shots, please, I would like to see either a photo or a clip of you styling your product, because I know some of you will go and dig up old pictures and go and edit it and submit it. I actually want to see you do the work. So make a video of yourself doing the work, styling, or maybe take a photo, I don't know, anyone, and send it to the WhatsApp group. So you're sending the video or photo of yourself as styling your product. Then you're sending the unedited photo that you've shot, one or two, anyone is fine. Then you're sending the edited photo that you shot. So those are the three things that you send to the group as your assignment. Does
Wow,
everyone
that's
understand?
yeah. Okay. Should I send it as a document
Yes,
or
please. It's
this
better that way, so it
so that
presents
WhatsApp
copy.
doesn't reduce the okay. All right. And when we're done, we'll now advise you to put it up on your page. You can tag us and things like that.
Yes,
And
it
we have
will.
prizes to be won: tripod, LED lights, props, and the likes. So we want to see what you come up with this weekend.
What's the time, the deadline time on Sunday?
Should we do 4 o'clock or 5?
6 p.m. is great.
6 p.m. is great.
Yes.
Perfect. So 6
6
p.m. we
p.m.
want to see your work.
So grab a product of yours, style it, do enough research, style it, record yourself or take a picture of yourself actually doing the styling, and then edit the photos that you've shot. Send us the behind the scenes, send us the unedited photo, and send us the edited photo. I would love to share that too on my page. So can't wait to see
Did
your
you guys
work.
hear what Simbi said? She would love to share it on her page. That means more visibility for your brand.
Yes,
Simbi,
so
thank you very much.
and to add to this, what if you have watched my video on YouTube, please don't hesitate to subscribe. It is important for you, for the progress of your product photography journey. because I'm gonna be uploading more videos on there, and it's free to watch. So subscribe so you don't miss out. And I sell all these props that you're looking for. The lights they're looking to buy, I sell them. So you can send us a DM at simbi_props. We're happy to help. If you need props recommendation, we can help you with that. So someone said they didn't understand the assignment. Okay, maybe probably we have to type it out and send it to the group so that you get to understand. But like I said, take a product of yours. Let's say, for example, you are a skincare brand. You're going to grab maybe body wash, and you do a research on how to style body wash. You gather your props, you select the backgrounds you want to use, then you style. But while you are styling, you're arranging things, take a photo of yourself or maybe make a video of yourself doing everything. Then you take pictures of that product after you've styled. Take nice, very well styled picture of your product, the body wash. Then go ahead, proceed to editing that photo. Then once you're done, you send it to the group on WhatsApp. You're behind the scenes, the video you've made of you actually doing the styling or maybe the photo, anyone. You send your unedited photo of the product you shot and the edited photo of the product you shot. That's all you need to do. I hope you understand.
I'm sure everybody got that. Thank you very much, Simbi. Thank you very much to everyone. Thank you very much to everyone.
Props, please. Simbi_props. That is the page to talk to when it comes to props recommendation. Anything. Simbi Short It is for professional services.
Simbi, I wanted to ask you. I don't know. I know that you used to take pictures and videos for people. Do you still do that?
Yes, I still do that. I'm currently on the lunch break.
Somebody's mic is on. Queenette, your mic is on.
Yes, that is what I do. That's my second line of business, but I'm currently not open for now because we need to sort out some internal issues. But I'll definitely be resuming soon. The page is Simbi Short It. Simbi.short_it. Yes.
Please, I want to tell everybody here that if you are looking for inspiration, please go to Simbi's page. You will see inspiration. The inspiration is plenty. You don't need to go far. The inspiration is plenty. So you can go to our page, check people in your niche, go to Pinterest. We can't wait to see the works that you guys come up with and hopefully share it on your page.
Be very creative. The more creative you are, the higher the chance for you winning. So can't wait to see your works.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Simbi. Simbi, I'm very grateful. It has been good doing this with you. And on behalf of the Catlog team and my name is Oluwatosin Fatungashe. Thank you very much. We're going to have another community events like this next month. Please follow us on all our social media platforms. Catlog Shop at Catlog Shop. Please tag us to what you have learned. Use the hashtag Catlog Shop. And we can't wait to see you. And if you notice, we are very responsive. If you have any questions, we are here to answer all your questions. We have a YouTube page. Please subscribe. As you're subscribing to Simbi's page, please help us and subscribe to ours. We'll be putting up all the videos of all our classes. You can learn, keep learning, and we hope to see you have a multi-million-dollar business. It is very, very possible. The people that have multi-million-dollar businesses don't have two heads. So I can't wait to see you guys make so much money from these great product images that you have learned today and yesterday. On behalf of the team and I say thank you very much. We will continue the conversation on WhatsApp. But please, I want to see your comments on Twitter and on Instagram. Join the WhatsApp community if you haven't done that. The link is there in the comment section. Simbi, thank you very much. We continue on WhatsApp. Have a wonderful.
Thank you for organizing this. This is like really amazing. I'm so glad to have impacted so much knowledge to this amount of people. So I hope to see the results sooner. Like, let everybody become a pro as from now. I don't want to be seeing nonsense pictures on your pages. So, and tag me. Tag me. It doesn't have to be now. Later on, as you progress, as you're improving, you can share your progress with us in the group. You can share with me. You can tag me. Feel free to tag me so I see your progress. So, as always, it's Simbi herself, and I'm logging out.
Thank you. Please, the name is Catlog, not Catalog. Catlog. I saw someone's comments. Catlog.